All of this stuff that you're seeing in the bottom of the pot is because we have kind of older ice cube trays, so there was some stuff in it from last time. So all this stuff is that extra residue. So sometimes we've made like cranberry ice cubes or orange ice cubes or something like that, or we've made ice cubes out of like Diet Coke or things of that nature. This is all residue from that, so that's what all this like dust, you can see as I move it a little bit, that's what it is. You also notice I just took out the ice, and that was because this is just going a little long and I don't want you guys to have 40,000 different things you have to do. But as you notice, all these are in Fahrenheit, and a lot of that stayed relatively low. That wasn't like normal in terms of Celsius. So right now, again, water boils at 212. So this water is just lukewarm. You'll also notice before there was a lot of temperatures at the beginning in the low 30s, high 20 range, and then it kind of flatlined at 50 for a while. The reason for that was because I was changing where this sensor was. Sometimes I was trying to get a chance and poking the ice with it, and sometimes I was hovering above it in the water, which is why you might have seen that. But as you can agree, before, when the ice was in there, the temperature was pretty constant. It didn't change that much, maybe just depending on those two things. But now that there is no ice, now you see the temperature slowly climbing. Again, while there was melting going on in this pot, you'll notice that the temperature wasn't changing that much. That's because the energy was being used to change the intermolecular forces, not change the temperature. Now that there is no ice, you've noticed that the temperature has spiked already up to 145. So again, you can't do both. You can't phase change and change the temperature. It's one or the other. Now, this has slowly gone up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some water just to speed this video up for you guys. I just reduced it by about half. We were about 147 before. Oh, we're already higher. Yep, 147. One of the things that we'll talk about later in the year is all that extra stuff that's at the bottom that is going to affect things. And right now I'm just noticing it's starting to boil. Not quite yet, but it's starting. I can show you that really quickly. Yeah. This part of the pan is definitely warmer. It was like see? Maybe around 212 to get real boiling. So you can see this is going a little early. And again, that is because all that extra residue kind of messes with things. So if you like put something with ice or put something with water, it does change the boiling point. That's called the colligative property, and it's something we'll talk about later. But now we have a real boil. Let's see what happens to the temperature. And again, as a reminder, all of these are Fahrenheit temperatures. Sadly, this thing doesn't switch to Celsius, so I do apologize for that. Like the ice before, you notice that the temperature kind of stayed where it was. You know, there was a while where it stayed around 30 to 34. That's because, again, the energy was being focused on those phase changes, not on speeding up the particles. Right now, the particles are going from a liquid to a gas, and you're noticing the temperature is flatlining again. This pot, depending on my arm and how much I move, should stay between 210 and 214 until there is no more water left. which is going to take a while. So I'm just going to let this go until the 18-minute mark, and then I'll end the video. I apologize for the thermometer dropping around 5 minutes or so, and my silly attempt to talk about ice. Saw it dropped a little bit, but run right back up. But again, it's officially been over a minute, and you can tell the temperature has stopped changing. Like I said, just staying in the 210 to 214 range. That variation is me simply just shaking, because I'm holding both things. And again, it'll stay like this until there's no more water. So I'm not going to bore you with that in the video here. Let's get to those questions.